Following on from last week's epic road trip in the camper van that still has no name, we are taking the long and winding road and heading for the coast because we do like to be beside the seaside. There will be sights like this, there will be some of this, and inevitably there'll be a few of these. So let's go collect Bex from the airport and get started. The disadvantage of meeting up with Bex is I've now got to go for a run, but the good news is I persuaded her to stop for a wee look at this. That's a novel gate closing arrangement. It's yeah, slightly over-engineered, but it does look really cool. That is pretty cool. Don't worry, it's not going to be a Places for the Past episode. I just saw a sign on that gate that I've got to now go and find. This is Rifleman H. Smith of the 8th Battalion, the Hampshire Regiment. But look at his age, 54. You do not see many war graves aged 54. The search for the oldest gravestone in the place is not meeting with much success. It's we're just back into the mid-1800s. Oh yeah, there's some properly old ones here near the church. They are 1762, aged 26. And don't say I don't show you all the best sights. That is the Avonmouth Travelodge where we stayed last night. Well, you can't say that your van life doesn't take you to all the prettiest places. This is definitely not one of the prettiest places. It's an absolute dump. We're hoping to stop and show you stuff and get some nice things for you to look at, but this is all horrible. This is the Severn coast, and yeah, won't be hurrying back. If you want to see more of this wonderful part of the world, if you head across to Patreon, there's a special over there that includes a visit to Severn Beach, which is every bit as beautiful as you might imagine. And it's not just a pitch for money, because you can go across and you can sign up for free, and then you can see all the stuff that's up there already. So head across there and check out extended length gibberings. Right, only for the second time this trip I have got to do some of this, because the supervisor from in there, hello! Bex is getting a bit fed up of getting filmed. So we bought diesel in Asda just over there, and what do you think's the first thing we saw when we came out the filling station? Yep, it's a massive charity shop. Let's go for a wee look. It's quite a big one. Let's see what treasures we can find. Record collection, Partridge Family, Flash, no idea. Oh look! That's pretty clever. That's like a Hendrix bottle. They've cut the top off and made it into the base.
That is clever.
That's really smart. I like that. We had a shot of cutting glassy bottles. It didn't go very well. We broke a lot of bottles. That's looked like a greyhound. It's a giraffe. Vintage and retro. Let's have a look at what they've got in the vintage and the retro. Who remembers that game? Now Wordle is the same basic sort of setup as that. I do like the Wordle. I do it every day, sometimes even successfully. Now I have seen these things before. I think they're yeah, £22. I think they're worth money. Quite smart, but I like this better. It's really cool. You want to be able to make your own Wizard of Oz costumes?
Yeah. Never know what you might need.
I wonder how old that is. That was a really good charity shop, although I fear I'm about to be disowned. You want to see the look that I'm getting? I bought myself a new hat. Do you like it? De Niro, do you like my new hat? De Niro's not sure. Bex is even less sure. It looks like somebody washed De Niro at too high a temperature, doesn't it? Even the tail. Our next stop was Weston-super-Mare, which neither of us had been to before, and neither of us are really keen to be going back to. There were lots of charity shops, mostly from the same chain, but apart from that, yeah, not a great deal to recommend Weston-super-Mare as a place to visit on your holidays. Apart from this chap, I did purchase him. Even Bexy's look on the bright side outlook is suffering in Weston-super-Mare. That looks a lot older than the rest of the street, doesn't it? It's a funky old building. We're not going to go into the Weston Museum, but I like the fact the building is the Weston-super-Mare Gaslight Company stores. There's a blast from the past. Gaslights, possibly literally. Right, that's enough of Weston-super-Mare. Let's head for something much, much more interesting, we hope. So we are at Williton Station, and that is what everybody is waiting for. And by everybody, I mean about 3 people, 2 of which are staff. But look, it's a steam train. You can't beat a steam train. Shall we get some ambience? I'll shut up now, and you can hear the chuff, chuff, chuff of the steam chain. How's that for a plan? That was so cool. It's a sign for Westward Ho, which is just up the coast or down the coast, not quite sure. Anyway, it's a really nice wee railway station. Yeah, if you're ever passing, it's the longest steam railway, preserved railway in Britain, apparently. So the guy just told us. He told us quite a lot. I don't remember much of it. He talked quite a lot about trains. He told us lots of really interesting stuff about that bridge as well. I can't remember any of that either, but yeah, it's a railway bridge. It didn't come from here, it was brought here from somewhere else. There you go, there's a fact for you. I better go and find Bex. She's probably waiting for the next train to come through, which I think is probably a week on Tuesday. De Niro did not get out to look at the trains for some reason. I don't think he's very interested. He's not very well trained. Baboom. Well, that's enough train-related hilarity. It's time for us to head off to tonight's stopping point, which is an old coaching inn on top of the moors. Well, actually, it's the car park of an old coaching inn on top of the moors via some big hills. Quite glad I don't have to run up this one. So this is Porlock Hill, which is a 1 in 4 gradient, and, well, you're looking at it. But you missed the exciting bit with the truck coming down the other way quite quickly. Come on, old girl, we don't know your name, but come on, up the hill without anything breaking, like the clutch. Well done. This is the sternest test yet of this 22-year-old camper van, because this is horribly, horribly up. You just get going and then there's a massive hairpin bend. It's got to be the top of the hill, surely. Come on, third gear, yay! Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, third. So that over there is the old coaching inn, and I couldn't do too much in the way of filming because it was pouring with rain, but we are parked over there in the inn car park, which meant that night my cooking duties were much simplified. This is what I cooked for me, and this is what I cooked for Bex, and we absolutely did not go into the inn and have our tea in there. No, I cooked all that, and yeah, okay, we might have. To be fair, the food was much better than I could have managed myself, and the inn was really nice, very friendly, and of course they let us park in their car park, which was much appreciated. So this is where the Brit Stops app brought us to, and thankfully it stopped raining so I can do some filming. De Niro has just had his breakfast, is now enjoying a lounge on the grass, and we are parked over there. That is, there are, as you can see, 2 camper vans, our wee one and quite a big one. Are you enjoying the sunshine more than you enjoyed yesterday's pouring rain? I think you might be. Oh, sorry, it's such a hard life being you, isn't it? This is out on the headland. That is not a bad view, eh? Might have a look at that in a wee while with the drone. For now, we are running because she told me to. No idea what's along this path. I guess we'll find out. It's very pretty though. I mean, look at that. There's nice blue seas and blue skies and blue everything. County Road, and there's the coastal path back to where we've just come from. And we're going this way because I think, yeah, why not? Coastal path. I think we might have taken the wrong path, as in there was a sign coming this way saying it got a bit narrow and lots of screes, so fingers crossed we're still on the path, we don't get lost. Probably can't see them. Lots of birdies and lots of rabbits. This is so nice. And for fans of Scotland on a shoestring botany in England, those are little purple ones and little jaggy yellow ones. And she's off again, looking at Google Maps. I think she's going to see something quite impressive from the top of this hill, and it's not just me panting behind her. Wow, well this is quite special. Yeah, this is really nice. It's like the north of Scotland. It sort of reminds me a little bit of Hoy, but to be fair, we're seeing just as many old men of Hoy here than we did when we were on Hoy, because it was a bit foggy, if you remember. Wee Runnist is still running. I have quite frankly given up. I'm going to go and have a look at this. How's that for a plan? Much better idea. Interesting spikes on top of that wee tower there, because 3 of them have got like a ball at the top and one of them hasn't. I wonder if that's for any significant reason, or if it's just his ball's just fallen off, so to speak. According to the sign at the other entrance to the graveyard, there is a you-know-what here. So alright, I've just seen the you-know-what that's here somewhere. Gunner B. Pennicott of the 66th Searchlight Regiment, Royal Artillery, Gloucestershire Territorial Army from 1942nd World War, 1940. I thought it might have been a wee bit older. Hello, Gunner Pennicott. Wandering about here last night, they're all like 1800s, mid-1800s at the oldest, but I was going to film that little butterfly and it's just buttered off. With a Bex for scale, there's that hotel again. I love playing guess the age of the bits, because there's the chimney there that's all higgledy-piggledy, and then newer bits and older bits. It's so cool. Bex is nothing if not dedicated. She decided she's going to run down this hill to our next port of call, and I'm going to follow her in the van, obviously, because I'm not very keen on running, as you probably noticed. Although, to be fair, 1 in 10 gradient is probably not that bad running down this. Actually, yeah, this is a really, really nice way to run. She'll be tanking down this big hill. Let's go and see if we can catch her without running her over. This would be so nice to run down if you like that sort of thing. It's incredible. Look at that big building up there, and all the wee riverside-y touristy bits here. and the thatched cottage on top of that hill. This is quintessential, to use a big word. Beck saw a picture of a fountainy thing, that is it there, I guess. That is really narrow. I do hope she's okay. She'll be tanking down that hill at some point, or maybe she's phoned me to say come and get me. I wouldn't know because my phone is still in the van, and the van is parked away down there. I've been waiting for her to come down the big hill, and there she is there. That's she's really enjoyed that. You can tell by the smile on her face and the fact that she's probably going to slap me for making her do it. Well done! I thought you were going to come down the hill and you didn't. And this is the wee street. Bex is going to go and do some shopping, and I've just seen my t-shirt. Yeah, not paying that for it, but it's a really smart t-shirt. That pub is called the Bark. Bark being a type of boat. And it's got some cannon out the front just to keep the undesirables away. There's a sign for you. There's a rather steep hill one way and coffee the other way. Let's go the other way. That looks awfully like a torpedo over there. Probably stating the obvious because it's torpedo shaped. Oh, there's the front end of an old boat that is now the back end of a little restaurant. Wow, that is yeah, it's a torpedo of some sort. This place is just kind of stunning. Wow. Bacon sandwich and a smashed avocado. Guess who's having which? You just got the bit of sausage that I dropped. This is my breakfast. Yeah, moochie. This little lookouty thing is pretty cool, isn't it? It must have stairs up inside, and then there's a flaming beacon at the top to either for tourist attraction or to guide the boats in back in the day. Because back in the day there would have been pirates and smugglers coming in here, and lawmen and excise officers trying to stop them. It would have been quite an interesting place. It's pretty cool. There's a bollard that you use to tie boats to, but can you guess what that's made of, or can you see what that's made of? That's an old cannon, just sort of sunk into the thing that way. Nice. This is absolutely stunning. I wasn't planning anything for this trip. Glad we stopped off here, by chance, obviously. This place really does not seem to have an ugly side. We're going to go up Glen Lynn now for a wee look. Hey, I told you, Glen Lynn Gorge opened 1854, devastated 1952, reopened 1962. I think there's a huge flood here. I wonder if that was a 1952 event. There it is. That's what the place looked like in 1952. It's a little bit, yeah, trashed. I know you think we're quite tight, but it's £10 to get in, so we're not going to bother. Scotland on a shoestring and botany. Those are pink and white ones. Actually, I know what those are. Unusually, those are fuchsias, believe it or not. When I was young, I had a garden and I wanted to sort of produce these things on a commercial scale, but apparently there's no fuchsia in it. Some interesting stuff here. I'm sure none of those are officially licensed products. We're driving across Exmoor, and Exmoor is mostly famous for those guys, and Bex just said, you guys all look fat. Well, you can't say we don't go to all the most salubrious locations. This is a little industrial estate somewhere in Exmoor, and we're here because over there it's the Exmoor Distillery, and as I've mentioned before, it's almost Bex's birthday, and we do like a wee gin tour on birthdays, so yeah, that is this year's. Now, we've done a lot of gin tours, as you know, and this one, to be fair, wasn't our favourite. There's no locally sourced stuff in their gin at all. The only local ingredient is the water. At least at other places they go and forage for something local to give it a local distinctive kick. But with that done, we could head off to tonight's parking spot. Guess what? It's another pub car park. There's definitely a theme emerging here. Van life is much better when you do it in pub car parks. You can't beat a wee riverside park up, and this is the wee river that we parked beside. It's really pretty with very picturesque gardens and a cracking looking bridge. You know we do like a bit of oldie worldy engineering. Well, yeah, that's quite impressive, I think. So, another night, another very pretty stopover. We were trying to figure out if the ground on the other side of the river was like a public space or not, but judging by the CCTV cameras, I'm thinking probably not. Anyway, let's get back in the van and head to our next destination. Guess what? It's a junk shop. Bexy's birthday trip brings her to all the best places. We're at some sort of dodgy looking industrial estate outside Taunton, because there's a place here called Picker's Paradise, which is supposed to be amazing, so it says on the internet. Bex is impressed. This is the birthday of her dreams. Don't look at me like that. You do look at a lot of this stuff and wonder if it'll ever sell. Little like ornaments from places. Hundreds of them. A kindness today is worth 6 in the future. Nice cock. Hot and strong. This is like this. This place was amazing. It definitely had something for everyone, if everyone needs one of these. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's lots and lots of those little ornaments from different places, which I'd never seen before, but we're seeing all the time down here in charity shops. There must be a thing, and somebody has deposited their entire collection in here. City of Canterbury. And a lucky cat. Evesham. That one looks a bit stoned. Hello, doggy. Well, in the end, all we bought was these. It's more Haynes car manual things for the eBay shop, but they were one. She wanted £2 each for them, which would be £8, obviously. I got all 4 for a £5, so that's what, £1.25 each. They're quite nice. It's time to go for a wee look round the charity shops of Taunton. That's unexpectedly cool for this place. That's not bad. This was going to be an explore because this place has got lots and lots of charity shops, but the prices are just eye-watering. It would just be an hour of us complaining about the prices. Books, 3 for £1. Are they 50p each? Are they £1 each? No, £3.50. So unsurprisingly, we didn't buy anything else in Taunton, and after that it was time to head to our next destination. It was Bexy's birthday eve, so this was going to be something hopefully a bit special. Well, van life is not van life if you're not staying in your van, so tonight doesn't actually count because the van is staying there and we are staying, wait till you get a look at this. That is the Ring o' Bells in Hinton Blewett, and it gets some really, really good reviews. So yeah, it's oldie worldy, rustic, and yeah, to be fair, it looks amazing. And the reviews did not lie, the Ring o' Bells was quite amazing. The next day, Bexy's birthday, we headed into the town of Wells because that's what she wanted to do because, yeah, charity shops. Because it's Bexy's birthday, we brought her somewhere with sophistication and a cathedral and stuff, and where's she heading straight for? Go on, guess. We thought that Taunton was expensive for charity shops, let's have a look. First thing I see is a £6 dress. Yeah, that's promising. And yet again, more of those little white china ornaments with places' names on them. These are definitely a thing we'd never seen much before we came down here. What is it with the little things that are like from places? You know, you get little jugs from Edinburgh or Sheffield or stuff. They've got them here as well. Never seen so many. Anything exciting?
It must just be...
That's your 80s costume. To the back, they've got more of these things as well. Lowestoft. Ooh, Ecclesia. Oh. That's the Ecclesia, something to do with the bishopry, I would think. Pits of the Blitz to chew you up after your house has been bombed. Well, as we hoped, Wells is a really nice wee place, and we're going to show you all the sights of well, the Children's Hospice shop is next, obviously. Well, the prices here are definitely a lot better than they were in Taunton, aren't they? It's normal charity shop prices again. Did you see the most nauseating thing in the history of charity shops? No. I think I may have won.
What was it?
I have to come and have a look at it because it's spectacular. Look, it's got a little Tales for Poorly Teddies. That is just...
What about this?
He's a long way from home. I'm amazed the prices here are all quite reasonable.
They are quite reasonable. Nice stuff as well.
Yeah, no, it's good quality. We've parked near quite a big church, and I thought that's a bit disappointing for a cathedral, but I'm guessing that's probably the cathedral up there in front of us, yeah? Shall we go and be tourists and have a look around the cathedral over there?
Yes,
yeah.
need a drink.
I could do with a bottle of juice or something, yeah. It's still really warm here. It's been strange. It's been like this for a few days now, and it's, yeah, getting a bit fed up with it. This is heading in towards the Bishop's Palace, apparently, according to that sign I just read, and yeah, it's very historical. They've got a book nook. Do you want to go for a look in the nook for book? Look at the really ugly ducklings. Yuck.
Yeah, they're big, aren't they?
No point looking at me, pal. I've got nothing for you. I wonder who used to stand up there, but it's been removed. So there you are. That's Wells Cathedral. If you want to know what it looks like inside, go on the internet, because we're not paying £30 for a wee look. Oh, quality books at 50p each, and antiques. This town, like a lot of these old English towns, is full of narrow wee wynds like this. I think it is so pretty. Not very practical to live in these days with cars and stuff, but still, yeah, nice place to live. You would think if you like people, because you'll get a lot of them walking past, looking in your windows, as I found out with the wee house in Lighthouse. Bex accidentally hasn't stopped at the antique shop. She's found the wool shop. Gone in?
Macrame Christmas.
All right.
I think macrame's making a resurgence.
Yeah, I think all crafty stuff is. It's people are getting arty. That's really smart though.
That is nice, isn't it? Yeah. Hi.
Hiya. That's quite a photogenic wee view down there, isn't it? This place is just nice. And as if there wasn't enough of it in the charity shops, this shop's also got some of that china. Apparently it's called crested china for pretty obvious reasons. So sorry, yeah, we're too tight to go into the abbey, but let's go and have a wee look in this church that we parked next to, because it's quite impressive as well, we think. Who needs a cathedral when this is a church? And there's a memory of John Chamberlain, who was an organ blower. Make your own joke up there. Look, It is a magnificent organ. One of the coolest things about this church is this. All these used to be like statue niches sticking out from the wall, and at some point in history they were all chipped flat, and then it was all filled in, so there was no sign that there was anything behind it, which is quite cool and quite a lot of work. That is so nice. And down here, I noticed these on the way in, and there's a couple of old grave slabs. And when I say old, 1708 there, and this one at the back, 1675, so yeah, quite old and Latin. The amount of work that went into erasing these things to make them, make the walls flat is quite spectacular. And look at that, poor old guy. I wonder who he was. This was all plastered in, but it did mean that lots of fragments and bits that they smashed out were plastered in with it and then recovered in the 1800s. You like old gravestones, don't you? There's somebody from 16 something. That's 1606 for Alice, the guy's wife, and the guy being, here lies the body of Thomas Lee. There you go, Thomas Lee and his wife Alice from 1600s. So there you are, that's a week's adventure condensed down into about 20 minutes. If you'd like to see some more of this trip, head over to patreon.com and there's a bonus episode up there. It's also in our YouTube membership thing, but we don't have any YouTube members yet. And I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, but hang on, there hasn't been a park run. Don't worry, that's coming up next. It's another day, it's another park run, and yeah, this is quite a famous one called the Curly Whirly for reasons that I might show you later, or I might just get fed up with park running and give it up instead. We've just found out this is a special edition of this park run. It's in memory of a lady that was quite involved with it who has passed away, so yeah, there's lots of people here to celebrate this woman's life, a bit bigger than we're used to.
It's a really special one for us today. Because unfortunately our beloved Joan passed away a couple of weeks ago, so this is our memorial for her.
And the reason that it's called the Curly Whirly is this thing in front of us where you run round in circles, and I keep falling down holes, which is not going to be good. Yes, it looks confusing, that's because it is. This is absolutely mad. I wonder how you get back out. There must be like a double helix thing, obviously. Yeah, you're stuck here forever, yeah. Go Bex! And the last time round the Curly Whirly, and then to the finish.